10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hi, and welcome to Dax Chats. This is episode 19, if you have been following along, and we are proudly supported by Neon Horse in Stanhope, Victoria. I am your host, DJ Dax, and today we have the wonderful super duo from Western Australia. Katie has an amazing voice, and Shane is a guitar virtuoso like you've never seen in Australia. I'm talking about the one and only Scarlet's Way, and today, Dax Chats to Scarlet's Way. G'day, guys.
Hey,
how am I going to live up to that?
Well, look, I've seen Shane. I've seen you. It obviously through this pandemic, everybody's doing live stuff and stuff like that, and I've seen you just pick up the guitar and just riff out anything that comes across the messages. Like, you know, oh, we're going to riff this out. You know, I think I said something like an Angel song, and bang, straight into it. You know, like one of those. You know, so you are a virtuoso. I mean, I can't do that.
Thank you. Australia is very well represented in the virtuoso category, though, with Tommy Emmanuel and Joe Robinson and Frank Gambale and a heap of Brett Garcia, amazing guitar players in this country.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. As you say, Tommy Emmanuel, Brett Garcett's awesome. Keith Urban, obviously, before he became, when he was playing guitar.
I'm sure he still can.
I just watch him these days, and I just see him go diddle it, and that's it. You know, that's the whole show.
It could be a sad reflection of where popular music is at the moment, unfortunately.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. So let's first talk about everything that's bad in the world. Obviously. Obviously,
let's go straight into it.
This is the topic of conversation that I've had with every artist. Obviously, the pandemic has hit hard and hit people hard, and obviously hit musicians very hard. And I've seen that, Shane, that you have talked about it on social media about how the restrictions haven't allowed you guys to get back to full time in a bar and get back to gigging and stuff like that. You can gig, but you're only getting like half the price because there's only half the audience, or stuff like that. How's the whole thing affected you guys throughout the pandemic?
Oh man, the half pay thing's an interesting one. That was put as an option, and we didn't take it, to be honest. Some people did. Depends on where you're at and what money you need, but no judgment here. Whatever you decide to do, but if it's for precaution and safety, I completely respect it and understand that we don't want to end up in an unfortunate situation like Victoria, where the poor guys come out of their house and then all of a sudden they're getting pushed all the way back. So I'm all for staying safe. It's just a little bit hard to follow the rules when you've got a 30,000 seat stadium or 60,000 seat running at half capacity, which is 30,000, allowed to go ahead, yet our main band gigs won't book us until phase 5. So I spoke to a leading agency in Perth the other day, and they said about 30% of their work has come back. So that's kind of what we're doing. And we expected it. We're the first to get cut as a live entertainment sort of sector, and we'll be the last to be reinstated. And we knew that was going to happen. It's just, hiding behind a government document that says we don't, that we don't have to have entertainment, or we're not having entertainment yet, is a little bit frustrating. So, it boiled over yesterday. My Facebook, I could say the most, inoffensive things like, puppies are cute, and someone will read that as I hate cats. So, I seem to have that effect on people. So, I don't go on there that much to go political, but yesterday I kind of boiled over a little bit. So.
It is like that. It has been a strange situation for everybody to go through, and musicians, and not just musicians, the guys in the back. Your whole band are affected. Sound guys are affected. Roadies are affected. The whole entertainment industry is shot to pieces. Lucky for me, I was stuck in China, and when they locked it down on the 23rd of February, I think by the first week or second week of February, I had the radio station up and running. I was just like, I got to do something. I'm stuck at home. So the Country Thunder Network was born from the pandemic. So, and being able to get out to 50, 60 countries a day with you guys, with your guys' music, I'm rapt. I'm rapt that it's actually taken off as well as it has.
Yeah.
I mean, what did you call it? A Corona coaster?
Yeah, Corona coaster. Because you literally, some days you just want to just crawl under a rock and not know there's a world out there, and then some other days you're really inspired and you can get things done. So it's just been a up and down this entire thing.
We've used the time to record some new stuff, and we've tracked all the drums for a new album. So we're sort of making a way to sort of something that's normal and motivating. But for us, performing and touring is a huge part of why we do Scarlet's Way. So to be in Western Australia, and you mentioned earlier, it's very isolated, which has helped us in this situation. But it's frustrating at other times where it costs a lot of money to get out of the state, and it's a long drive if you try it that way. So to have no sort of horizon of when the festivals are coming back or when tours are coming back, we're just hoping that Tamworth goes ahead because we've got irons in the fire for that, basically.
Yeah, for sure. And it is, as I know, because for you guys being in Western Australia, the community's all over on the eastern states, and you're over here. So getting to, as you say, festivals like Groundwater and Gympie Music Muster and Tamworth Country Music Festival, that's a huge expense, especially if you're taking a whole band over there. Yeah,
sure. So, I mean, it's we've got a couple of the band that are coming along to Tamworth if it goes ahead, and you mentioned earlier about the musicians behind us and stuff like that. We're very much class ourselves as one of those guys. We're sort of very much, although Scarlet's Way is a duo, there's always a band with us, and we will go for the same guys every time if they're available. So we definitely want to sort of see the whole thing get up and running. I mean, that's the most frustrating part. We're doing duo gigs at the moment. The venues that we play at with the duo are kind of up and running. So we're doing 1 to 2 a week at this point. We just love to see the band stuff come back.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely. For sure. That's where you shine, I think you did a video clip for Move Your Body. Whoa. And that was with a full band, and that just looked exciting. And I think even Simple Life you did with a full band, and even that was exciting. And I have seen some virtual stuff where you've actually played with the band. The band's been able to get back together and do some stuff. But wow, it's just been tough for everybody, and I really hope that Australia grabs a hold of it, because today I just read that several nursing homes have in Victoria have now got the virus, 536 people, and I'm like, what the hell,
Oh man.
Whoa, I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah, that was news today. And they actually on news.com.au they actually said which nursing homes it was. And it's like some of these staff in nursing homes, they work between the nursing homes. So they don't just work at one, they work at 3 or 4, because they're all casual employees. So they're jumping from one to another, and they're spreading the virus to all the old people. Bloody hell, so...
Yeah, it's a hard one.
So it's not over in Victoria. I don't think that this 6-week lockdown is going to be the end of it. I think it's going to last a lot longer in Victoria, and I think New South Wales is going to have to tighten their belt again too very shortly.
Yeah, everyone's easily connected, on the coast. So yeah, fingers crossed it all just want to go away so badly.
Yeah. Well, Well, it's not even gone from China. People think, oh, how did China get rid of it so quickly? There was only 80,000 people, blah, 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 with 1.4 billion of population. But, there's still today 34 new cases today. It does happen, especially if they're crossing borders from like Russia's got a lot. So if they're crossing the borders from Russia, then the possibility's worse. But I found out today that I can't even get a flight back to Australia. I was shocked. I was like, hold on, I'm in China. If I want to go home, I can't even go there because there's no flights from China to Australia at all.
Oh my God. So that's it. Just forever? Like, how long? What's the time?
Well, look, when you know that Scott Morrison's absolutely upset the Chinese president, right? So, I have no idea how long this is going to last. There's been talk of people of Australians getting arrested in China just because they're Australian. I haven't. I'm still at home. I'm okay. I'm staying indoors. I'm like, what the hell?
They can't find me here.
Yeah, so it's a crazy old situation right now, but we have to get on to the good stuff. You do have new music, and you had to release it during a pandemic, which was hard in itself. But the song is called "Tell Me It's Over." I thought it was a breakup song. I thought you guys were breaking up. I thought, what has happened? What has happened?
We didn't we?
That was one of the tricks in there. Yeah.
Well, we wrote this one about like over a year ago, and then we recorded a year ago, and we were just like, okay, we're going to wait for the perfect time to release this thing. And then all this crazy stuff happened, and we were just like, there's just no perfect time, is there? So here,
Yeah.
Chuck and hope for the best.
Yeah, well, that's right. There is no perfect time right now. The song's brilliant. Again, the vocals are stunning, and that guitar line that just runs through it. Dun, 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 dun. I mean, it's so catchy because it just runs through the whole song, and I'm like, I can't get it out of my head.
Keeps coming back.
Yeah. So
that's sort of how we wrote it. Actually, I've had that little riff thing in my head for years, and I'll sort of play it occasionally. And at some point, I was playing it on the couch and hummed the melody. And Katie walked in and went, "Oh, that's cool. I'll write some lyrics to that." And off she went. And it happened really quickly. They don't always happen really quickly. Some songs you can work on for months and months, and some, like this one, happened on the second write. We kind of finished it.
Yeah.
So we were happy with how it turned out. And then it was just a matter of we're happy with the sound of this one. We kind of feel that, like Simple Life and Let the Devil In, this kind of really is our sound. It's a sort of a blues rock kind of influence in there, as well as sort of southern country sort of stuff.
Yep, cool. That's great. And you also did the video clip by yourselves in lockdown in your own garage. There was a little fast forward frame thing of how you guys set it all up and stuff like that as a little teaser. Tell us about the video clip and how it all came about.
We blacked out the entire garage. We looked up on YouTube how to get just a nice spotlight on us. Tiana, Shane's sister, was on the floor with her iPhone giving me extra light, and we just
it's funny because as a musician, I like the music to speak for itself, and the video clip I never really sort of thought about. Then as we started doing video clips, I really started enjoying them, and I in my mind I was going to do the next sort of Titanic, and it was going to be this huge production, and then I realized I'm not James Cameron, and it's not going to happen. So we're like, well, how can we work with the fact that we're locked in our property? And we did okay. Literally, there was no props. There was one room that was blacked out. It's a big enough garage that the camera depth didn't catch the walls, so the whole thing looked like a black, purgatory. Then we got the white doona on the floor, which looked like a bed, and it worked out well.
It did, and it looks like it's been done by professionals, but you did it yourself and edited it yourself and the whole thing.
Yeah.
Bloody amazing. Bloody amazing. I can't even do that.
When there's asking, it's really helpful.
Yeah.
So if I ever write a song and I need a film clip done very, very quickly in confinement, I'm going to come and see you guys. You can do it.
Please do.
Just charter your own flight back from China though, and then go to the hotel for 14 days, and then I'll see you after that.
Oh, guess what? I'm not coming back until those quarantine hotels are gone, because I tell you what, those places are a haven for COVID-19.
Sure. Yeah.
All the same events.
I think what they should have done, instead of actually having mandatory quarantine in these stupid hotels where strange things happen for 14 days, I think they should have just kept with, you have to go home and you have to self-isolate. If you don't self-isolate, you can get arrested, you can get jailed, you can get fined, whatever. But I think this whole thing about locking people up in a hotel room for 14 days and providing the food to you and stuff like that, I think that's a bit rough, and it's actually shown that it doesn't work, because COVID's come out of it.
Yeah, it's hard to know what would work. I mean, if they let people go home, there's a couple of cases over in Western Australia where they let someone go home and they went, "We're going out to a party," and they just did. So, I don't have an answer. I don't envy the politicians as much as I like giving them grief occasionally on social media. I'm always keen to say I don't want their job. What a time we have to deal with stuff.
Well, in the beginning, what they did was instead of actually having people come back to Australia, they would have the flights land on Christmas Island, and so people would stay in that place for 14 days before being flown into Perth. I think that was probably actually when that happened, I thought, I don't like that. I'm not a refugee, but I think that actually was the better option than what they have now.
Yeah, well, Rottnest, they did the same on Rottnest. Yeah.
With all those cute little quokkas.
Oh, the poor quokkas. I love the quokkas. I love Rottnest Island. It's a beautiful place. I just don't like that the kids go over there and kick the quokkas around, but there's been a lot of that.
Yeah, I think that's kind of stopped lately due to the laws, which is awesome.
Good. Yeah. So, I guess the hardest question for anybody to answer these days is, what's next for Scarlet's Way?
Hopefully, since we've been writing a bit, we can get an album sorted. We're big vinyl collectors, so we've always wanted an album on vinyl.
We did the last EP on vinyl, and it was six tracks. And if we only had thought about it, we would have put another 2 on there and got our album. But we'll try again this time.
And we bought a van, a little caddy, so we're hoping to do that up and drive
interstate when that's allowed to.
Or maybe hopefully some festivals on this side of the state as well. And it's all really fingers crossed at this moment.
It is. That's the unfortunate part about the whole process, is you just don't know what it's going to be like day to day. Obviously, I think you guys can go to Adelaide. I think you guys can go to Northern Territory, but nowhere near Victoria.
No. Just drive her. I love Melbourne, so that's it's really sad.
I think you go into Adelaide and then you go straight up the Sturt Highway all the way to Darwin. I think you find that way, and maybe down into Queensland from there, and then back out without touching New South Wales or Victoria, because you just don't know.
We're open by that point. That'll take us like a good solid amount of time to drive. So,
well, I do know that Matt Scullion has just gone all the way to Queensland. He's in Winton, so he's doing his Aussie As tour, outback tour. So he's in Winton in Queensland. He's heading up to the Northern Territory, and they let him through. So he came from New South Wales. He was worried whether they were going to let him through the border and stuff like that, but they let him through. And So I think that's okay if you can get the gigs out that way, and you can and you can manage a tour and do a tour along Queensland, Northern Territory, the top end of Western Australia, and back down. That's probably all right.
Yeah, it'd be a really nice drive.
That would be an interesting plan, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wouldn't even know.
Hey, you got some things rolling.
Yeah, that's it. We'll add it to the list of things to do.
Yeah.
Well, you know, you could always go to Kalgoorlie every weekend.
Yeah, there's 12 hours there and back.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, there you go. I've driven from Perth to Kalgoorlie. That's a crazy drive.
Yeah, I celebrated my 21st birthday on the drive from Kalgoorlie to Perth for gigs.
Hey.
There you go. Well, there you go. So I do hope everything gets better for you guys everywhere across Australia. I do hope. But while we're in this position, Tell Me It's Over is on the Country Thunder Network. People can request it from our webpage. They can vote for it in the Country Thunder 20, which they have been doing. You're on the Country Thunder 20, the All Australian Country Thunder 20 this week. So there you go. We have 3 charts now. We have the international one, which is everybody combined, the North American one, and the all Aussie one. So
very cool.
A lot of work for me, but I like it. So all good. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for your time, and it's been wonderful chatting to you. And I'm sure we'll be doing it again very soon.
Stay safe, man. Thanks.
No worries. All right, that was Scarlet's Way. This has been Dax Chats. I'm your host, DJ Dax, and we're proudly supported by Neon Horse in Victoria. Don't forget, you can listen to Scarlet's Way on the Country Thunder Network. Just go to countrythunder.com.au and you can request a song right on the player, and you can vote for them on the Country Thunder 20. Until next time, this is DJ Dax signing out for Dax Chats. Bye for now.